okay, the dating life. Wow, I never like. That's so like it's always weird when I do interviews when people ask me like what's your dating life, because the answer before used to just be like, oh, the only guys that's been in my life is Benjamin Franklin, but now
like should be self-quarantining.
The quarantine order.
Quarantined in their
held in quarantine.
The quarantine in place.
Quarantine for the required 14 days.
Hey, what's up, people? I am your friendly neighborhood Negro, JC, and I am cordially inviting you back to the neighborhood that is Quarantine Talks. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Come on back, nigga. Anywho, man, today's episode, I have a young man that is a bona fide hustler, the Icey Amputee Warrior himself, Keith Parris, or Keith Parris, an American. Me and Keith talk about his struggles growing up and how and why he's become so confident in himself and the way that he self-presents. How makeup gurus like Aaliyah J, Jackie Aina, and Akita Dragon spurred his interest in the business of beauty, and how that industry, much like everything else, does not give enough credit to the Black women and Black femmes that helped launch it. By the way, shout out to Ladies Who Brunch and Rachel Jackson for inviting me to that event. You guys can check out a little bit of a piece of that and the interview with Miss Jackson, who is one of the YouTube A&Rs for YouTube music, by going onto our YouTube channel and just typing in TheOVTNetwork. It'll pop right up. Moving on, we also talk about his collaboration/feature with the British LGBTQ outlet Pink News and how that landed him the #1 spot on Snapchat. And last but not least, we talk about how being both West Indian and being gay has been a steep hill to climb with some of his family members. Also, PS, on the PS, me and Keith, are both Capricorns, and we both agree that December Capricorns are strange creatures and that we, the true Caps of January, don't claim y'all niggas. Not happening. All this after the break, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Quarantine Talks. This is your friendly neighborhood Negro, JC, and today I got with me, go ahead and introduce yourself, Mr. Keith. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, Keith Parris. Everyone online call me the Icey Amputee Warrior. So, hey guys, what's up?
What's going on? I like that, the Icey Amputee Warrior. I saw that. What'd you say?
No, it's like a mouthful, that name. Yeah, that nickname that I have. So, yeah.
Go ahead and tell the people, well, you already told them who you are, but tell them what you do and where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so I live here in New York, but my family's from the Caribbean, so I'm half Trinidadian, half Grenadian. My mom's from Trinidad, my dad's from Grenada, and what I do, I do a little bit of everything. I'm a beauty influencer, I'm a model, advocate for anti-bullying, mental and physical health, mostly. What else do model too? I feel like I said that, and I'm also, a lot of people don't know this too, I'm also like an actor. Acting is like really one of my first love before I got into like social media and everything. So yeah, and an author too.
Oh wow, okay, I see. How old are you?
21. I just turned 21 this year in January.
Holy crap, you're a baby. Jesus Lord, my. Wait, but when did you, so you 21, because I was wondering, did you, or had you graduated before or after Corona? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Or Corona wasn't a thing before. I graduated, I was in the class of 2018.
Okay, wow, 2018, Jesus Christ, Lord. I graduated 2006, so I just want you
Yeah, I know, I said I love 2006. That was a good year. TV was lit back.
That was a good year. That was a 2006, but you were like, what, 8?
I think so. I was still homeschooled when I was like 2006, yeah.
Oh, your parents homeschooled you?
Yeah, back and forth, yeah.
Okay. How long did that last, up until what grade?
Until like 5th grade, because that's when it started to change, because when I was in public school down here, I wasn't very respected as like being like a student who is amputee, because my parents used to fight all the time with the board education, because I used to get bullied a lot in school, and then also a lot of the faculty and teachers, they wasn't just respecting me, and they the school just had their problems with me. I wasn't a bad kid. I wasn't in fights. I wasn't like, I wasn't doing anything. It was just that like me just being amputee, they just thought like, oh, we're gonna sue the school and everything, but that wasn't the case.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I never really. Wow, that's crazy. It's just like,
yeah.
And it just. And so, like, right around, like, 5th grade, like, everything kind of evened out. Like, it just kind of...
Yeah, I always went to public school my whole entire like grade school life. But then when I went to fifth grade, I went to a charter school, and it was number one in New York City, and it was very well known here in New York. It's called CAP. So that's when it like changed, because that's charter school. I feel like charter school is very more better than public school, because charter school, they really care about the students, and they really have like a goal and a mission for like you and everything. And like the teachers, like at the end of the day, it is a job for teachers, you know, to teach me, but then also they really make a connection with you, and they, you know, and they like mentors too. So yeah, it was like a whole different like field park.
You said it was a KIPP school?
Yeah, it's a KIPP school. Yeah, it's called.
Okay. Yeah. I'm familiar. No, I'm familiar with KIPP. I got a few friends that are. I got a lot of teacher professor friends. Are actually.
Every time I mention KIPP, I like everyone always knows somebody that goes to the school, and like Oprah talked about our school. So I went to the middle school and the high school, so I get that a lot.
Yeah, my friends are teachers actually for KIPP. So like, yeah, I was like, oh, you went to a KIPP school, and all of my friends like really actually care about their jobs too. And so like, how are you dealing with quarantine? How's that been for you?
Honestly, I've been good. I'm not like the person that be outside like every day. So like, it's not like killing me inside. I'm good. I mean, it's weird because it's like the new normal and stuff like now, and it's like crazy that like we're all like going through this, and we're all like affected by this. Like I know, like I can like speak for both of us, because I know we're both like in like the entertainment field, like the social media field. So I know like you probably had like so much projects you wanted to do this year, and now like Rona just like pushed everything back. I filmed amazing stuff that I was supposed to announce this year, and like, you know, just like Rona and just like, and like this whole thing. But I just feel like what I was doing this whole quarantine, I was just really like brainstorming, just like focusing on my mental and like physical health like always, and then also to just checking with family and like friends, because I feel like too Rona was kind of like a blessing to a little bit, just because like I hardly visit like my family and see like my little cousins and everything, and just check in on everybody. So like it was really, I was just really like obsessed with like my family, like when like Rona was happening.
Mm-hmm. You mean like your family inside of the city, or your family in the city?
Yeah, just like in general, like inside the city, back home too. Like I would just like just making sure, you know, everyone's okay and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, quarantine definitely. I was supposed to be in Brazil for the better part of this year. That got canceled. So like,
wow, damn,
that was. Yeah, I was supposed to be working on a documentary, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so like, yeah, no, Rona's definitely, quarantine is definitely, man, it's definitely, and then like ever since quarantine hit, I'm having to say, before I used to say BC, which is before Corona. But now I say BC or BF, which is before Floyd. So
yeah.
Like, that's the distinction. You know, you got before Corona, and then you got before George Floyd, like, you know, after those two things. And then like one of the things that's really cool, I actually got a chance to check out, was your Snapchat campaign. Can you please tell us how that came about? Like, what was the onus behind? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, so the company that I did the episode with, that I was featured on, is a British LGBTQ company called Pink News. I was featured on them like way before Corona and everything, and I was always like in tabs with them, but just like with business and everything too. So I saw that they had the show on Snapchat. It just popped up on my Snapchat one night, like when quarantine, like around March, like when quarantine like just hit us here in New York, when like they closed everything down here. And I was just watching the episodes, and one of my friends, he has a twin brother, and like they're very like big YouTubers and influencers on YouTube and Instagram. So I saw they had an episode on, and I was like, oh my God, I congratulate them. Like I texted both of them. I was like, congrats. And then like the company, I emailed them. I was like, hey, like I just want to say congrats on the show and everything. And then one thing led to another. They told me like, oh, do you want to be a part of the show? And like, can you be like the next episode? And I'm like, okay, sure. And then like they're based in London, so you know the time difference is like very a big thing. So like I was texting them literally when it was midnight, and then they emailed me back literally one time, because it was like 6 a.m. over there, and then they literally told me like, oh, can you have like the clips and everything by this week? And I was like, sure. And I stayed when they sent me that email, I literally stayed up the whole night. I did my makeup. I had my ring lights and everything, because you know I do like YouTube and everything like professionally and stuff. So like I just did it, and I just like pull an all-nighter, and I send them the clips and everything. And then like literally I just was just like in hiding. I just wanted like everyone to feel so proud of me when the episode released and everything, and like something like really amazing came out of it, and I just got so much love and positivity, and like I feel like I started like a conversation and everything too from my episode, because I was getting so much positive feedback from people saying like, oh, I never seen somebody like you, and people were saying too like, oh, how come I'm now seeing like an influencer like you and everything, and I was just speechless when that came out on Father's Day.
Oh, it came out on Father's Day. Congrats, man. That was really dope.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And so, yeah, I got a chance to watch it too. I got a chance to kind of like learn about like your origin story and everything. Because I had always kind of like I'm happy that you got a chance to like tell your story the way that you want to tell it, you know, because it gives people like, you know, if you see someone that is an amputee or is missing a limb, you know, it's kind of like it's taboo. Like you want to ask, but you don't want to ask. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is taboo. Yeah, like, and I was like this since birth. And before, like, when I came on social media, when I like made like my Instagram and YouTube and everything, like before I even like was showing like my prosthetic leg and showing like my personality, like when I was just showing like little bits of me wearing shorts and stuff like that before I became like an influencer, I used to just remember like when I was in school, just like random people used to just be like, oh my God, like did you lost your leg in a war? Like there was even rumors, people saying, oh, I was in a car crash, I was in a gang, but like that was that never happened. I was like this since birth. So it is funny how every day, and like when people who really don't know me, who don't really follow me, they just make these like assumptions and just like, and we can even say too, like even like stereotypes too, because like all the stuff is like the people who like say all these random crazy stuff is like totally not true.
Very true, very true. And then so like just is that how do you obviously I think maybe you're a little bit more open about talking about it, but like if someone is there a respectful way to ask, like, you know, what happened, or do you kind of feel like it's one of those things where if someone is like missing the limb or something like that, you kind of feel like it's more appropriate to let that person get into it, or do you feel like there's a respectful way to ask? Or
I mean, yeah, I feel like the respectful way just to ask. If you just be like, it's like asking someone to go like, where you got your shoes from, or like where you got that outfit from. I like the respectful way how like I always get approached by is people always come up to me and be like, I don't want to be rude, or I don't want to like they like hesitate. I was just curious, and I was like interested, like how did you lose your leg? I've been getting these questions asked like ever since I was like little. So right. I was like, so I'm used to it. So like, and I'm super comfortable like telling people like how I lost my leg, because like before, like when I was little, when I used to tell people, and even when I used to tell like kids that were my age, that was like when I was so little, they used to just like, you know, bully me, make fun of me, and make assumptions on me. But like now that I've grown up and like I'm confident in everything about it, I feel like it's like I'm just proud. I say it proudly because it's who I am. It's like it's how like God like made me. It's how I was like brought into the world, you know.
And so like speaking more into your background, I know you actually had made a video maybe about a year or two ago talking about the relationship with your mom and your family, like being that you are, you know, Caribbean. I don't know, a lot of people might know this. I think most people in the Black community understand, but like, you know, if there's anyone else listening, you know, like the West Indian culture is not exactly accepting of like LGBT people. So like, what is your relationship with your mom and your family now? I know you said there was some tension earlier, but like, how is it now?
Yeah, it's funny how you said you watched that video. I feel like I think I was like a junior or a senior when I made that video. So, and it's funny that we're like in 2020 now. So like fast forwarding now, it's me and my mom relationship. It's like, it's okay. That's all I can say. That's all I can say for that. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm her only son, and I just do everything that I do just to help her. You know, I'm still like a very amazing son to her. I help her pay her bills and everything. Like we're about to move soon. I'm about to buy her house. Like we're both from, like she's from Trinidad, so I'm building her a house back home too, and I'm getting one for myself back home too for myself. So yeah, we're at this like that's
Congrats,
that's like
man.
always
Congrats.
like thank you. That's always what I wanted to do for my mom, literally. So yeah, like I feel like our relationship now is better, like how it was when I was like in high school, like speaking, because like when I was in high school, she was just like, it was just like totally crazy. It was like all over the place. But like now we're good. Like she still don't support me, sadly, but like we're good. Like we can have like, I can have a conversation with her. We talk about like, you know, the stuff that's going on in the world, and you know, and like she stay her lane, I stay my lane. Mm-hmm. But and the relationship between me and my father, he actually is crazy. He's in jail right now, and he's coming out like in 2022. But he actually supports me, and like he fully supports me. Like me and him talk on the phone like all day. I was even in a relationship like a couple weeks ago, and I got dumped, and I was like, I don't talk about this stuff like to my mom, obviously, but I told my dad, and like I was so surprised he was giving me like advice like on boys. He told me about like his first crush when he was like my age and stuff like that. So it's just sweet that like, you know, like how he supports me, and you know, like I can talk to him about like, you know, boys, and you know, the like there's no like bad blood between me and him. So I'm just very like grateful for that. Yeah, at least one like parent support me.
That's interesting. It's always interesting, like because everybody would figure it's more, you know, the dad that might have more smoke versus the mom, but like it definitely, it can flip sometimes, and it's always interesting to hear it. It's like usually when the dad is with it, he's with it. He's just like, I love my son, but like moms can be really on the fit, like really on the fit.
Yeah. Sometimes. And my mom's like super old school. She's like really, really, really old school. So yeah, I'm surprised at that too.
When did you become, I would say, or when did you become conscious and become confident in yourself and the way that you present yourself? And where do you think that you get that strength from?
Honestly, I feel like I get that strength from literally like from my parents, because like everyone in my family, like when I'm at family events, like my aunts and uncles, they always used to be like, oh, you act just like your mother, you act just like your father. Like I have a little bit of both of them like inside of me. And then also it wasn't like I woke up one day and said, oh, I'm going to be confident, like I'm going to like do this, do that. It was really like a learning process for me. And like every day was like, I was just like, I was learning so much new stuff about me when I was coming to terms with like myself. So I feel like when I graduated 8th grade and like going into high school, that's when like my personality started to change, like more, I was just being more open, more free. And then like my style was changing. I was trying like a lot of stuff new. And like I was like dabbling into makeup and fashion. And then like, it really just like evolved into me, and like it's how I am like now, honestly.
And I know that you're like a makeup artist. So like what attracted you to makeup, and like, how did you learn?
Yeah, I learned from social media. So I saw one of my favorite YouTubers like doing makeup. It was Nikita Dragon. It was like, and I was like an OG fan of her. So I watched her videos like before she transitioned and everything. I was on her Instagram and I saw she was doing like an eyebrow tutorial, and I was like, what is this? And then I was reading the comments, and then like people were saying like all those makeup brands, like, oh, I think it's Anastasia or Benefit. I'm like, who are these people? And then I'm clicking the tags. And I'm like, oh, it's makeup. So I literally binge watched all her videos, all like random makeup videos, and then literally my alarm went off for school, and I was like, did I stay up the whole night binge watching like makeup videos? And then literally that when I went to school, the only thing I could really was thinking about is going to the beauty supply store and getting like makeup. And then I literally rushed out of school, hopped on the train, went to like my local beauty supply store, like by me and my block, and then I bought my first product I ever bought was an eyebrow pencil, and then literally one thing led to another was foundation. It was me saving money, buying stuff from Sephora, and then I was noticing that I was like actually really good, because it was because when I used to go into school, there was no like openly gay boy in my school that used to wear makeup openly. So I was like the first one in my school to like wear it, like, you know, wear makeup openly, and I actually looked good in it. So, and then everyone used to just be like, oh my God, you're like really good at makeup. And then I was like, oh, I didn't notice. And then when I love taking photos. So like when I started taking selfies online, and then like tagging like the brands and stuff like that just for like fun. And then like I started noticing like I was starting to get like an influence, because all these brands used to just send me products, be like, oh, we want you to post this, we want you to wear this and that. I'm like, oh, they really think I'm an influencer. And then I was really seeing like this is like a real thing what people do. So I was like, oh, I want to like tap into this, because I thought it would be like really cool. And then like I started like getting more products from like huge brands, and started going to like, and brands started emailing me, asking me to come to like to their headquarters here in New York, and like seeing products and going to like beauty events and stuff like that. And I was just like, whoa, like this is like a I was like obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm. I got a one of my good friends is a lady by the name of Rachel Jackson, and she is one of the like 3 or 4 A&Rs for YouTube and for YouTube Music. And so she curates this event here called Ladies Who Brunch. And in the event, they had a bunch of like makeup artists and hair people, ladies, and all this stuff. And I was like, I just didn't really realize like how big this industry, this wave is. And then like how like OG deep it goes with Black women and Black, femme people.
Yeah, like black creators, like Black makeup, like Black influencers. Like, I even remember too when I started wearing makeup too, like when I started like learning and wearing makeup, I was watching like all the OGs. I was watching like Jackie Aina. I know Aaliyah J, and she used to live like here in Brooklyn. She used to live here in Brooklyn, like by me. So like I used to like watch her videos, and I met her like a couple of times before, and she's like really sweet. So yeah, it really goes back to like Black women, and like I even feel like too like all the Black YouTubers. I feel like even when YouTube was even starting, like I feel like Black YouTubers was always the thing for YouTube, and like they need to get they need to give us credit when it's due, because like we are the blueprint for starting all these cool trends when it comes to makeup, fashion, and even comedy too.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just history, son. Like we always been. Yeah. Always been there. That's just history, like straight up history. But yeah, I was just like, it's just wild to see. Like, so is your fan base majority women or majority like gay or feminine presenting individuals, or is it kind of like mixed, or like how does it fall?
Yeah, it's super. I would say it's super mixed. When I always check my insight and like my demographic like charts and stuff like that, it's super mixed. Like, it's like a little bit of everything. Like a lot of women follow me, a lot of like men follow me too, and even like from around like the world too. Like I say my big like top countries like when it comes to me, like when I post and stuff like that. Obviously the United States, because obviously I live there. Mm-hmm. I see Miami too. I have a lot of followers from Miami, and even like back home where my parents from. I find that so crazy because I rep Trinidad and Grenada so hard. A lot of people from Trinidad and Grenada follow me, and that always like surprised me, because I'm like, wow, I wasn't even born back home there, but like they still rock me, because like I just always go hard for like my parents' country, because like that, because I still jack it, because even though I was born here in Brooklyn, but like I still rap it like if I was really like born there, like,
Right. Have you gone back? Like, have you had the opportunity to go back to both?
Yeah, I've been to Trinidad before when I was 6. But I haven't been to Grenada yet, and everyone tells me you need to go to Grenada. The good time to go back is literally around this time, because this is when like Mask and like Juve like back home and stuff like that. So yeah, a good time is always to go back in the summer and like October time, because that's when we have our like festivals back home.
Yeah, Grenada's on my list. I've met a few Grenadians, and they're always pretty cool people. So like, yeah, you gotta go. I gotta go back too. Like, And so, like, speaking about that, like, so what are your career goals and expectations? Like, what's next for So Icey Parris?
Yes. What's really next for me? I'm really gonna do a whole 360 spin on like my whole like entire career. I'm still gonna like be an advocate, be a model, but I was just really having a debate with myself when it comes like for like in like the beauty community. The beauty community will always be around, because let's face it, like beauty is never gonna die down. Like this industry is super, super big now. So I was saying to myself, I'm still gonna do like, tutorials and stuff like that, still do reviews like for brands and stuff like that. I would love to be like in campaigns for my favorite makeup brands and stuff like that. I would still love to do like all the events and stuff like that. But I was like, quarantine really got me thinking. I kind of really just want to do stuff that I was passionate about, like when I was little, before I became the Icey Amputee Warrior. I kind of want to like go back to the blueprint and go back like where it all started, like where was my love for me, how I became myself. And it was actually like anime. So like I never really posted about like anime shows like before on my page and stuff like that. So I started like posting like, like my favorite anime shows like when like quarantine was starting. And then a lot of my followers are actually anime fans too, and they was actually DMing me, and they was like telling me like, oh my god, I never knew you was like a fan of anime. And then I was like, yeah, like anime like been a huge part of my life. I feel like that would inspire me when it comes to fashion and makeup and even like personality too.
What's your
So I've been
favorite
talking
anime?
to my favorite anime has to be Naruto and Inuyasha. I have so much like huge memories watching those shows like when I was little. I even used to watch it with my parents too. Like I remember like on Adult Swim, like they used to play like Naruto and Inuyasha, and they used to play like 2 Inuyasha shows like back to back like episodes.
Yeah.
And I remember like me and my mom and dad, we used to like literally stay up. We used to watch Family Guy, like Futurama, and then when they used to show anime, like we used to literally stay up like watching it. Like they was in it too. Like they used to like we used to be talking like in the living room, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next with like Inuyasha? You think they're gonna find the jewel shards and everything too? Like literally, I forgot what grade I was, but I was like super small. Like it was just like that. And then I've been watching a lot of like shows on Funimation. I've been watching Yuri on Ice. That's such an amazing show. It's a all like gay show, and like it's like that's amazing. Like I'm speechless with that show. And then I've been obsessed with Black Clover. That's like my new obsession now, so that's like really amazing. So I think I want to like I said to you like when we started like this interview, acting was always my main love. I love comedy. I love like making people laugh. I feel like I have an amazing personality, and even when I was little, I used to watch like a lot of amazing like comedies and sitcom. I was obsessed with Bernie Mac. I used to watch George Lopez and like all these amazing shows like at a very young age. So I just want to do like sitcom and like teen drama and stuff, and even do like voice like acting. So I want to like be a part of like a lot of like anime shows and like meet like all like these cool like creation like anime creations that like I have like so much love and respect for.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like moving over like towards like more like lifestyle like influencing too. So like I kind of like I'm still gonna do like fashion and stuff like that too. But like I don't know, that's like kind of like my vibe like right now.
Okay. And so like, but when you say lifestyle, like what exactly does that mean? Like for you specifically?
Just like stuff that I'm like very like passionate about, and I've been seeing like what my followers like been like obsessed with like more. So like they always tell me like, oh, you should like do like more clothes hauls, and then even when it comes to like all like my jewelry, so they always used to just tell me like, oh, like you need to share like where you got this from, and like do like jewelry reviews and everything too. So like I'm still gonna do beauty, but I feel like I just want to dabble into like a little bit of everything. Like, you know, I don't want to be in one box like for my whole entire like career. Like, you know, I just want to like do a little bit. I know I can do like everything that I set my mind to.
Right. And you're like super young, so you still have like so far to go. Like if I had started in this when I was your age, I would like I like to think about where I would be. Like me and my friends often have this conversation. Like, you know, it's the babies, man. Y'all are like, y'all are different. Like, I swear to God, y'all are different, and I love it. Like, y'all are like, look, we gonna be who we gonna be. We don't really care what you want to be, as long as you ain't trying to hurt nobody. Like, I love it, man. Like, I truly love
exactly. Thank you.
I really do. I think the last question I got for you, man, is something that I always ask. It's a very serious question. It's do you have like a quarantine bae or a corona boo, or is it, you know, like I know you said you broke up like
yeah.
What's the dating life like, man? What's the dating life?
Yeah.
You gotta let them know.
Okay, the dating life. Wow, I never like. That's so like it's always weird when I do interviews when people ask me like what's your dating life, because the answer before used to just be like, oh, the only guys that's been in my life is Benjamin Franklin, but now. Literally, but like now, I was talking to like one guy like in March, and we was talking for like a good 3 months, and he was in Texas. He was just with his family because like, you know, obviously Corona, right. And then he came back to New York because he had his job called him back. He had to go back to work, and he has a place with his like roommates and everything. We was like, it was good, but like what's so crazy that he actually broke up with me, and like it was over text message on Snapchat, and he was just making too much excuses. I think honestly, and it wasn't even like my fault or anything. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was loyal. I was everything. It was really just him. He just like, you know, he's just going through his own stuff, and he just couldn't give me like the time and like the full like, you know, give me like his all, like how I was giving him my all. So he literally just like called it off. But like it's crazy now how life works. I'm talking to like a whole new guy now, and then he's actually on the same type of time as me. Like he's like he's super obsessed with me. Like we talk like literally like every day. He lives in Atlanta and like he lives here in New York too. So like he's bi-coastal, but he's about to move back here in New York. But like I'm just like really like taking it slow and everything, like with like relationships. And everyone always asks me like online, oh, like we ever show your boyfriend? And like everyone always asks me too, like, do you ever like you never talk about your dating life or whatever? I just honestly feel like dating and this generation is just so weird because like I know I'm an influencer and I know like I show so much of my life. I'm super honest when it comes like with my YouTube and everything too. But I just feel like when it comes to relationship, that's something I have to do it on my terms. And like I like, that's not like for sale because like I feel like for me, I love super hard. I'm a Capricorn. I just love super hard. And love is.
When's your birthday?
Yeah, I was January the 19th.
Oh, you're like a real Capricorn too. You're a January Capricorn. Yeah. You're not like them weird ass December Capricorns. I'm January 11th. I'm January 11th. And December Capricorns, they're not real Capricorns. Like they kind of Capricorns, but like not really. Like January.
Yeah, I just call them Sag. I call them Sag.
Yeah. Agreed. So I feel you. I got you. Say less. I got you. I got you.
Literally. Yeah, but like really, like I love super hard, and like when I'm investing into somebody, like I would literally like if I'm talking to like any like 3 guys and like one guy like has my attention, be like, oh, I just want to talk to you. I would drop everybody else and just focus on one guy, and then like I'll put like my everything in, and I feel like that's why I always like heard and everything, but like. It was just always a hassle for me to like date too when I was like coming to terms with myself because I literally had guys. I literally been with the ringer with guys. Like I was messing with guys who was like on the low. I messed with guys like who was like dating, who was still dating women. I had guys who literally had babies on the way, and I always cut that off because I'm like I'm not about to be a baby father. I'm not about to. You're not about to see me in a pulling up in a stroller. That is not the vibe. And
I was like way too young for this. Like
yeah, like for real. Like I see this enough in reality TV shows and in real life. So I need to go. And then also too, like, it's always a hassle for me to date too, because there literally be some guys who just want to go out with me because like, oh, I see you be doing this and that. They just want to like take a picture. They just want to post it online so they can get clout. But like, I never was about that. I even hate when people ask me, oh, can you give me a shout out? Like just random people. That's what I used to, and like, I had my following since 2014. So like, I've been with the ringer when it comes to like, relationship and friends who like try to use me and everything. I did 2 of my old best friends on my birthday because like the vibe just changed, and like it would like in my heart was just telling me like they're really not your friends anymore, and like I was then supposed to drop them, but like it sucked happened on my birthday, but like literally that's literally me.
It's just as personal just advice to you is I would always say, especially as I get older, I learn to do it more and more. Is just kind of like, just trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? Always trust your second thought. Like if you got a question about a motherfucker, it doesn't matter if it's somebody you're talking to, somebody your friend, somebody that's your family. Like if you have to question, somebody's motives or intentions, then it's probably what you're thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Like I would always tell people that it's probably what you're thinking. So always go with your first mind on that. Like, and just vibes are real. Like, people call it energy, people call it intuition, whatever. Like whatever your vibes are about a certain individual is usually correct. You know what I'm saying? You can be wrong. But it's usually 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Vibes never lie. Energy is not going to steer you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, to me, it's just like 99% of the time, like, it's like I'm on the money. And like, people change. Like, I don't hang out with a lot of people I used to hang out with like in high school because I literally I graduated around 2018. So like it's been like only like 2 years since I graduated. I dropped so many people like when I graduated because like I just never liked them when we was in school. I literally had people and like who I went to high school with, they were just like showing my photos around, just like making fun of me like in like high school.
Right.
And a lot of people in my high school, they didn't even support me being an influencer. A lot of them were just saying to me all the time, like, oh, you're this wannabe YouTuber. You think you're gonna do this and that and the third, but like all the people who like made fun of me, they're not doing nothing now. All of them is like popping out babies. Congratulations to you, but like it's just like it's funny how you talk all this crap about me, but like now I don't see you doing anything with your life. I'm just like bossed up. I'm like in my own world, just like just doing me.
Just do it for yourself and don't do it for the gram. That's the one thing I will say that I don't like about your specific generation is that you guys grew up with everything, like all of this social media stuff. So it's like weird sometimes to hear like the actual like toll that it takes on you guys, like mentally speaking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very heavy. Like at first I used to be like, I kind of used to like belittle it and make fun of it, but I realized like, you know, this is something that this specific generation has grown up with since infancy. So it's like you literally, it's a part of you. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a little different for me because I personally give a fuck less about Instagram or anything. I just, you know, I do it because I have to. Like, this is how you connect with people. But this isn't, I don't live attached to my phone. My phone is very frequently in another room charging somewhere. Like, I don't have it with me all the time. I don't check it all the time. So it's just very, and I remember a time when it's a long time, brother. I remember a time when there was no cell phones. And when the very first cell phone was a car phone. And when that car phone turned into that big block that you see in like movies like Coming to America and stuff like that. So we remember all of this stuff. So it's weird to be here now, like, I don't know, 30 or so years later. So like, yeah, it's wild. And to see you guys and how, I don't even know, what is it called? Generation X, Z? What? I don't know.
Oh, no, we're called Generation Z.
Generation Z. Okay. Yeah, it's weird to see Generation Z's like usage, dependency, reliance, but like utilization of all of these tools. You understand what I'm saying? It's very, like I said, it's wild.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. And I like 110% agree with you too, because there's literally people in my generation that would literally do anything for like attention and social media and everything too. And like, and that's why I feel like my integrity too. I always say to people, like, not everything's for sale. I've been offered to like so much stuff from like even like from reality TV shows, like big like reality TV shows company, and they try to put me like in scenes that never like represent me or anything, and then I literally have to put my foot down and be like, yeah, this is not for sale. I know who I am. I'm not like any of these random people in my generation that would just do it for the scene. I still like follow people from like my old high school, but like a lot of people from my old high school, they're now like doing YouTube and stuff like that. But like they're boring. Like I honestly be laughing like by myself. I'm like, you're not out like doing YouTube. But like when I used to do it in high school, everyone used to be like the Hey Keith train, like, oh, he think he a YouTuber, he think he a Leah J and everything. But now that we graduate and you see me doing well, and they think it's easy, like, oh, let me just record a video on my iPhone and then behind the window, and then let me tap into this and like try to get some money. But they don't realize like you have to really put in work to do like this whole social media thing.
Yes, it's work. It's work. And I missed the lady that I had working my social media, but Corona. So there you go. But Corona. Man, Keith, thanks so much for talking to me, man. Thanks for coming on the show and sharing your story.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Continue to be a light to the world, brother, and be yourself. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And guys, we are out. That is a wrap. Bye.
Yes. Bye.
That's it, guys. Thanks for listening. You can follow us on the Instagrams at TheOVTNetwork. And you can follow me, JC, at JC from TheOVT. Very simple, right? This podcast is available on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, and pretty much everywhere in between. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment and rate us 5 stars if you were so inclined. Thank you. Quarantine Talks is a podcast that is also available on YouTube. Just type in TheOVT Network and hit subscribe for all of the latest and greatest from we at TheOVT. Lastly, we are an independent and Black-owned media network, guys. So if you enjoyed the content and you would like to drop a donation, you may do so on Cash App or the Venmo at TheOVT Network. All one word, TheOVT Network. Quarantine Talks is edited and produced by me, JC, with original music produced by Brian Haddon. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Stay safe, stay creative, and most importantly, stay sane. Find your peace, man. It's crazy out here. Laters.